Sorry about that.
Sorry
Got a
about that.
little got a little rusty on the ones and twos. All right though. Welcome back to the show. This is the WarDawg Trail, episode 131. And I have, for the first time in 6 years on this show, an actual Navy SEAL. First I've ever had the opportunity to interview. I have an actual Navy SEAL for you on this episode 131. All right. But before we bring him on, let's get to a few announcements. All right. You can find me live every Saturday night on DV Radio. That's Dysfunctional Veterans Radio at dvradio.net. We can laugh just like you did back in the barracks. You have hosts from each branch. So be sure to tune in, dvradio.net. All right. My book, The WarDawg Trail, A Marine Rifleman's Struggle with War and PTSD, can be found on Apple Books, Audible, and Amazon. And the book happened to win an award, man, from bookauthority.org. The book won Best Iraq War Books of All Time. All right, now. That said, I'm ready to bring out the big dog. Y'all, It's how I do it on the WarDawg Trail. This is the shit that gets me hyped. You know that, bringing on superstars, man. But hey, here we go. The one, the only Navy SEAL, and a bunch of other titles he's going to explain to you. The one and only Dr. Tony Dice. Welcome to the show, boss.
Hey, Carnell, thank you so much for having me, and you are too fucking kind, man. And I wish I was here because I was like the superstar, but man, I'm here because I was expected to be a pillar of strength and confidence and stability as a Navy SEAL, firefighter, paramedic, but I was silently fucking self-destructing, and I took the darker road in my life, man. And I know a lot of my brothers out there have followed a similar road, and it gets you. It catches up with you sooner or later. So I'm happy and honored to be here, Carnell, and I'm hoping that we can reach, if even just one person out there gets something out of this. All this fucking shit's worth it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. As I ask all the guests in the beginning, let us know why the Navy, and then why the SEALs, bro.
Why the Navy? Never again volunteer yourself.
I've never heard that one. Oh my gosh, I've never heard that one.
Actually, I mean, I decided to be a Navy SEAL even before I decided to be in the Navy. It happened, and I mentioned before, I worked for a fire department, and I worked for an ambulance service. And, when I first started out, it was crazy. You're on the fire department or a search and rescue rig, and you go on calls, and, it's being the hero, show up, save the day, pulling the car out of the river, jaws of life, all that shit. That's pretty fucking awesome. But there were so many calls we would go on that you get the patient out, and you're waiting for the ambulance to show up. Like, hurry up, guys, fucking get here. And so the ambulance comes code 3, right? Showing up to the scene and loads up the patient, and then code 3 back to the hospital, racing against time to save lives. In my head, they were the man, And so after 2 years working fire rescue, I started taking classes. Bought myself a jumpsuit and went and sat in an ambulance office, Northern Siskiyou Ambulance, shout out. And I got hired. I got hired with this ambulance office so I could be the man. And after 2 years working there, I was beginning to look at law enforcement going, holy shit, cops are kicking in doors, busting heads, freaking breaking up fights. Those guys are the man. And so I was trying to transfer to a sheriff's office. And my chief pulls me up and goes, Dice, what are you doing? And I said, I'm just trying to fucking be all I can be. And he says, well, are you ever going to stop? And I said, well, what's the top of the food chain? And he said, a Navy SEAL. And that was my entire decision-making tree. I had never read a book. I didn't know anything besides they were badasses, and I'm a damn recruiter. Sign me up. And,
Right on.
and this is fucking potent. I walked into that recruiter, and you know, I'm sorry I'm talking shit about recruiters right now. If any recruiters are listening, it's not you, it's this other guy. I said I want to be a corpsman.
Hey, no disrespect to recruiters, but fuck, even if you did have disrespect, you got a SEAL and a Marine right here. So this is one of the few times I'm on air saying, "What's up?" I got a SEAL, and yeah, that's what's up, though. That's what's up.
I said I want to be a corpsman on a SEAL team. He says, no problem. Sign right here. And I go, what's an EN? And he says, don't worry about that. I said, no, what's an EN? And for those non-Navy types, an EN is an engineman, the fucking bottom of the ship, nowhere near the air-conditioned space that a corpsman would hang out. So my recruiter signed me up as an EN, and I had to go in as an engineman. So that's how I ended up in the Navy as an engineman. Made it through BUDS. I made it went through boot camp, went out to BUDS, and graduated class 219. Cool beans. Yeah.
Hey,
So
fuck that. You hold on. You overspoke BUDS like it was like a damn walk across the sidewalk or some shit. You got to give me a little something more by getting cold, wet, and sandy.
As with everything in my life, I made it fucking 10 times harder than it had to be. Yeah. I showed up class 212, and I mean, and this is back freaking, we're talking 90, 96, 97, a long fucking time ago. I think I'm way older than you, Karen, but I showed up and there's 180 dudes classing up for my class, a big giant BUDS class. And when you look around at 180 dudes, and all of them are badasses, they all think they can be Navy SEALs. And every fucking one of them is swearing that they're going to die before they quit. And some of these guys freaking passed up going to the Olympics this year just to be here. They're all badasses. And you're looking around going, holy shit, what's about to happen that, 80% of these guys are going to end up quitting? What is about to happen? I mean, there's an energy in the air of like, how are all these people going to change their mind of something they've sworn they never will? So there's that going in. And BUDS, all the forces have different programs set up to kick your ass. And I believe every fucking one of them is hard as hell. But man, BUDS kicked my ass. It did. I ended up in class 212, going into Hell Week, into the dislocated shoulder. I tried to hide it, and that shit wasn't flying. Instructor sniffed me out. I got rolled back to class 219, ended up graduating with them. And this is the crazy part. I had a shoulder reconstructive surgery. I had open bank heart surgery. And, I'm coming out of the operation, and I can't move my arm at all because the doctor said he nicked a nerve. And he's telling me, I'm sorry, we're with rehab. We can probably get some limited motion back. And I looked at him and said, I'm going to go class up and be a Navy SEAL. What are you talking about? He laughed. That doctor laughed at me and said, our goal with you is to get you to put your shirt on by yourself.
Damn, you were that bad, huh?
I was that bad, dude. I classed up later that year. I graduated. And in San Diego, there's the Coronado Bay Bridge that connects San Diego with the island of Coronado, where the Navy SEAL training
is. Hell yeah.
After I graduated, I climbed out on that bridge and hung underneath mid-span, did a set of pull-ups, took a picture of me hanging there and sent it to my doctor and said, fuck you. Don't you ever tell anyone they can't do shit.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. I love that. That's the same way I look at it, man. You throw shit at us, we throw shit back at you and say, what's up? Where's the rest of it, baby? What's up?
Oh
I'm
man.
like, oh, okay.
Oh,
One real question though, because I'm real
mhm.
curious as hell myself. What can you
Sure.
tell us, admit about Hell Week? Because I've
About
heard
Hell
a
Week.
lot of shit. I've read shit, but you survived it. So I got to
Okay.
hear from you.
I got I got some inside gouge. Hell Week because you start Sunday and gets out, secure Friday or Saturday, depending if they like you or not. But I got 3.5 extra days of Hell Week because I went through it twice. But yeah, what I
Oh
can tell you
shit.
here's it is. You're gonna get wet. You're gonna get fucking sandy. You're gonna be running up and down the fucking beach in the soft sand. You're gonna be lifting boats over your heads. You're gonna be running the obstacle course. You're gonna be running miles to Chow, miles back home from Chow. You're gonna be in log PT. You're gonna be surf patches. You're gonna be on the grinder doing endless push-ups, sit-ups, squats until the instructors get tired. They're gonna be screaming at you. There's gonna be, guns going off. There's going to be just crazy mayhem. All this stuff just blowing your mind. And then you realize it's still Monday. It's still fucking Monday. I mean, it is. You lose track of time and you're like, yeah. So I'm going down to like a crawl. We're talking like glacial speeds. And Friday, the end of the week looks like it's never gonna get there. Yeah. So that's Hell Week. That's Hell Week. It is just I can tell you one
Oh,
thing an
shit.
instructor did to me that fucked with my head. Um,
What's up?
we're on Thursday and we're on this forever long beach run. And everyone's getting kind of strung out because it's middle of the night. You're just running. You're in like robot mode, just kind of running. Like the guy says, run that way. You're okay, run this way. And on the side, and I swear this is true, I did not hallucinate. On the side of the beach there, as I'm running by, one of the instructors, they had a full banister bed, well made. They had a girl laying in the bed and they had the comforter pulled back and it looked freaking soft and magical and wonderful. And as you're running by, the instructor's like, you can quit and let's lay down. You can just stay right here. And the girl like waving at you. And I mean, I'm like, oh, like not even knowing, am I hallucinating? This is real. Oh man. Oh, and the instructors, you know how it is, man. Instructors walk this line of being assholes and cool guys, and you still look up for them, even though they're being an asshole. They're. We as a buzz class thought it would be cool to give them a bunch of disposable cameras right before Hell Week so they could take cool pictures of us during Hell Week. We developed 25 rolls of film that we had given them, and all it was pictures of their ball sack, middle finger, and ass over and over and over again on all the cameras.
I'm sorry. Hey, all right. The average motherfucker wouldn't get that. But here with the military crowd, with that war
We get
veteran crowd we got going on, we get exactly what
all
he's
this shit,
talking
and
about.
then it was like that's all it was.
Oh wow,
Oh
that's
man,
what's up.
oh,
Mm.
dude. Hey,
Um
before we get too far into this, let me ask you something, man. Oh,
yeah.
let me make a statement. Um, Carnell, man, there is a absence of places where people in our community can just be raw and real and talk about real shit. And I want to say, dude, go, brother, go, man. This stuff that you're doing, creating a space, the DV network, all your radio state, all that, you're producing a space to normalize this conversation. And that shit is life saving, man. That's the hero shit right there, man. I'm telling
Thank
you,
you,
it
bro.
is.
Thank,
You,
thank you,
you
bro.
know how bad it's gotten out there? Let's see. I went through my counseling program probably about maybe 12, 13 years ago. And when I was going through all my classes to become a therapist and all that, I'm looking around the classroom and it's all women. I'm like the only dude in the classes, you know. So there's a shortage of male therapists out there. And even the next level, there's a shortage of black therapists out there by a long way. So there is a need for us to get out there to connect, man. And it's just the reality of the situation. And there's not a lot of, and I'm not saying female therapists can't connect, but I'm saying when people are hurting, you use as many shortcuts as you can to establish a relationship. You know, if you were my patient, Cornell, I would use like, hey, we're both in the service, and I'd use that to connect. But it's
Right
not
on.
the same. It's not the same. The more shortcuts you have, the quicker we can make a connection, and the faster we can get to the meeting. Absolutely, man. So thank you for creating a space and a must needed place that, you know, guys are hurting. Guys are hurting. And military humor, that gallows humor we have, it creates a space for talk about evil shit.
Hey, check this out. Check this out. I made up my own little like quote here on what you just said.
Okay.
They want us to have good backgrounds so we can do bad shit. What's your opinion on that?
Hell yeah. They do. They don't want Boy Scouts. They want murderers and thieves who want to come practice their trait in defense of their country. Yeah, they want people who want to commit violence, but do it on the country. You know, do it on behalf of your country. Yeah. Yeah, and then they get mad at us if we act out. You know, if we act some sort of way. Yeah.
All right, and then just one additional. Right,
Sure.
I don't know the gentleman's name, but I really appreciate in terms of stolen valor, man. There's one, maybe there are a few, but I know of one particular Navy SEAL. When he hears these other guys claim it, he goes back to your records or Bud's school records, and he verifies. He calls these motherfuckers out. You know what I'm talking about with stolen valor for SEALs.
I totally know what you're talking about, man. Yes, and that's something that, listen, to all you pretenders out there being Navy SEALs, you're playing a dangerous game. It's not hard to figure out. It's a small community, and I can't think of a worse bunch of guys to piss off. So you're fucking playing with fire, and you're gonna get your ass beat. You know, go pretend to be something else where they're not gonna beat your ass when they find you out. So, you know, it should be a self-correcting problem.
Right on.
Hell yeah.
Right on. Okay. And just before we move into everything that you're about and have going on presently, I just want one other personal question, like, Marines to Navy. Because I kind of wanted. Well, first off, bro, this is not one of those like type of insults or jokes on branches. I don't play that shit. Personally, we've had Air Force drop danger close. Obviously we had Navy corpsmen, so I don't get into that part of it. But what's your opinion on Marine Force Recon, or what they now call the Raiders, Marine Raiders?
What's my opinion on that, man? Dude, I've been out of the game so long, since almost over 20 years. I can't speak to one preference or the other, who's more tactically sound. That's,
oh no, hell no, not like that. I just want to mean like, is there respect for each other at that top tier operator level?
Oh yes, yeah. It's as with any game that's played well. The higher the skill level, the more respect you have for everyone else in the game. I mean, it is totally like that. That's where the professionalism stands out. The shit talking's down here at the lower levels, and as you get up there and you realize the game you're playing, the respect only grows, the more skill. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay, so continuing on, let's transition from Navy SEAL, and then you already mentioned paramedic, firefighter, law enforcement. Can you continue to walk us through?
I'll walk you through, and I want to also put this out there, man. I was a Navy SEAL pre 9/11 Navy SEAL, and I'm telling you, that was a shitty time to be a frogman. There was a whole lot of training, not a lot of fighting. It seemed like you're just constantly sharpening your blade, waiting for shit to break out, and what happens to guys who you train for fight and you don't let them fight? Dude, they drink and fuck off. I mean, that's what we did. You gotta do something with all that energy and angst.
He said it directly. He said it directly. We drink and fuck off. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what they told me when I got to the Marine Infantry. It said 3 F's. We fight, we fuck, and we have fun. That's all I needed to hear.
You gotta give me something. Because I'm gonna be doing one of them. Yeah.
Right on. Okay, so like I said, past line. Oh yeah, there you go. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Pre 9/11, a lot of training, a lot of drinking, a lot of partying. Platoon was tight. The guys are awesome. I mean, I love the camaraderie in the teams, man. That structure, that setup. But even on a deeper level, the mentality, the romance, the way drinking was tied to the military. I mean, we drink to indoctrinate, we drink to celebrate, we drink to elevate, we drink to commemorate, we drink to separate. I mean, everything we do in the military is tied to drinking. If you and I have a problem, our CO is going to say, you two need to have a drink together.
Yeah.
I mean, if you lost a brother recently, man.
That's the way that works.
Yeah. And how do we deal? How does the military train us to deal? Well, dude, I'm gonna come over and we're gonna share a bottle. That's how we're gonna get through this. Dude, your girl dumps you. Oh man, we gotta go get it. I know just the thing, man. We're gonna get some shots together. I mean, from day one, our military programming has been, for no matter what the occasion, what the reason, there's a fix-all remedy to have a drink. And I mean, we have drinking songs, we have drinking rituals. I mean, I love carrying a flask, man. I mean, when the shit was really bad and really fucking miserable, I'd like nothing than to push a flask over to you, man. Say, here you go, buddy. Dude, I love that shit. That's tight camaraderie.
That's the way we roll, baby. We settle shit just like that. Cause I mean, what else can you do with 2 killers? You know what I mean? What else can you do with 2 killers, certified, paid, when they bump heads? You just gotta have a drink, dog. I mean, I've seen Marines go, armed, almost go to war over toilet paper, pouring mags. So yeah, when you yeah, you got killers, you gotta handle each other different.
And so it's my default. Yeah, if I'm bored, I'm gonna have a drink. If I'm getting in trouble at work, I have a drink. If I'm pissed off at someone, I have a drink. And guess what? Drinking's fucking fun. I loved it. And I was at that time in my life, I didn't like losing control. I was definitely a control freak. And so if I had too much to drink, for me, do a little Coke, got my game back. All right, let's keep on rolling. That was my little safety valve. Little blow kept me on the roll. I could drink more. Go, go, go. Well, being in the military back then, that's fucking dangerous game to play. And so, and then the ecstasy rears rolled in and everyone was tripping and rolling and I was dabbling in that. I felt like I was a time bomb in the military, man. I mean, there were close calls. I didn't get in trouble, but almost did. Someone would call me and say, Dice, don't come in today. They're piss testing people, or they didn't call my name. And I was like, whew. And there was this general feeling that, man, I'm playing with fire. Like I was smart enough to know that sooner or later I was going to get in trouble, and that was just a game I was playing back then. My re-enlistment was coming up, and I was like, should I get out? Should I not? I love the guys. And man, when we weren't at war, it was a kind of a boring time to be a frogman. So when my enlistment came up after 5 years, I punched out. And this is, that transition out of the military. Those who are still in don't know. Those who have gotten out know that can be a hard change in the way you view your life, because the civilian sector is not the same as the military. And for me, it was like to have this animal you took a cage off of.
Hey, yeah. Can you speak on that for one time?
Yeah.
Some of us, most of us have that, whatever, transition to civilian world, but it's different when you talking to a motherfucking Navy SEAL. So please explain.
Sure.
Because I have my own little issues, but to an operator like a SEAL, explain how the civilian world fucked with you.
Dude, listen, man. For me, I didn't realize how much structure the military provided. Even being a paramedic, firefighter, Navy SEAL, the military gave me a set of rules, guidelines, and you learned when to stop drinking so you can show up for muster. You learned, it had a lot of control over my life. And when I got out, there was this sudden realization of, I can do whatever I want. I mean, it was literally like, okay, let's fucking go. And I was trying different substances, going down different rabbit holes. And in the teams, you learn how to push yourself hard. And so I did the same thing when I got out of the military. I went hard, partying hard. It was a kind of like a flood release of like, how far can I push limits now? How far can I go? And it was a lot for those around me to handle. But not too long into that, something happened. And that was 9/11 happened. And that changed everything, man. Ooh, that changed everything. Where were you at 9/11, Darnell?
Bro, I was sitting in my senior high school English class, watching it on the news, watching it, in class.
Right. Watching in class, going, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, what pissed me off more than anything, is when I saw people from other countries fucking celebrating.
Yes.
I didn't know people had hatred for the U.S. like that. Enough to see 9/11, to see all the loss we took, destruction, and to be out there like dancing and celebrating. And so I was like, the fuck? We got enemies like that? And that's when I started to look to the military, dog.
Dude, for me, I'm Navy SEAL out of the Navy SEAL because there was no war. And all of a sudden, somebody attacked my country, killed my people. And this was the flame, the rage. This is what I needed. It gave me permission to hate. And it was like,
they don't understand that part. Oh my God, I don't even believe you said that. They don't believe you. Hey, he said, just like a dog off the leash. When they let the SEALs go, when they let the SEALs off the leash, baby, hey, salute. Stuff gets done. You saw Bin Laden. Stuff gets done.
And it was, I hadn't felt that kind of rage before, and this I felt that this must be what people in the Ukraine are feeling times 1,000. The rage they must be feeling for what's happening with them. Back then, you attacked my country. This is it. I'm going after you. And I'm literally standing at home waiting for the U.S. government to call me back. I figured they're going to activate everyone. I was waiting by the phone. They're going to call me back. And I was jocking up, getting all my shit ready.
You be honest, 100%. You seriously, where you about to phone work?
I was out there. I thought they were
That's
gonna
a
recall
Navy
that.
SEAL to heart, baby. Even after he was expecting them to, hey, call me back. I know you can do the job. Get your ass over here.
Let's go. Oh man. There was a problem though. I
What's
was
up?
well into my drinking coke and ecstasy habit. I had some serious addiction problems going at this time. So I'm sitting there ready to go, full of seething hate and retribution, doing the lines of blow. Yeah. And I had to ask myself, do I re-enlist or is there something else? How else can I go? Because I got to do something. And
Oh
as
shit!
you know,
Shit!
yeah.
Can I ask about that? Hold on.
Woo.
If you re-enlist as a SEAL, do you still get your job and all your rank and all your accolades like you're supposed to, or when you get out you have to like go through some shit, you have to redo some shit?
Because I got out, I was still in reserves, and
Oh, okay.
they can recall you right away. If you're out of shape, you got to go back through buds. I mean, there's a whole bunch of hoops and stuff you got to go through again.
Hold on, man. You just say go back through buds if you're out of shape.
Yeah, it's been too long, man. They don't think you got it anymore. In fact, I had a close friend who was out for several years, and he decided to go back in. Man, he's still active today. So fucking rock on, brother.
Damn, bro. Once was damn. I'm wrong.
Yeah. But I had to make a decision. How am I going to go back? How am I get over? How do I get in the sandbox? And there's a lot of contracting going on back then. A lot of those DynCorp, uses Blackwater, all them were, taking people signing up. A lot of stuff was shipping out the door there. And so I was able to land a couple contracts pretty quickly after that. And let me tell you this. I don't know if you've done any contracting, Carnell. Have you?
Nope. Went straight to college.
Okay, good for you. Smart move. You're a smart guy. There is an
Forget I've been in the psych ward now. Smart.
Absolutely different feeling deploying as a contract. I mean, there is a feeling right off the bat of not honorable. I am not doing this in defense of my country. I'm doing this for the money. $1,000 a day, tax free. Here I go, and I know if anything happens to me, there's no flag going to be given to my loved ones. If I die, it's chasing the dollar. It is a darker feeling being a mercenary.
That's what I was just about to ask you. Did you feel like a mercenary?
I did, man. I felt I'm doing it for the money. We're going in harm's way. My first gig was in Afghanistan, and there was two things. There's three things. I was a drug addict. I was an alcoholic. And I wanted blood. I was angry. There was a rage inside me. This is not a healthy mix. So maybe that contributed to me failing my psych eval before going in. And all they had me do is take the psych eval again. And I failed it again. And they had me take it again. And this time someone sat with me and helped me answer the right questions. And so I passed. And you know what they told me, man? They said, don't worry, all the SEALs pass. All the SEALs fail it. They said all the SEALs fail it.
I'm sorry. I don't believe you just. That was some funny shit, bro. Please keep going.
Okay, man. So actually, the first contract was I was in Afghanistan. I was a President Karzai, President of Afghanistan's bodyguard for a while. Then I did his CAT team, and that was awesome. And I mean, it's short little contracts, 2 months, 3 months in, come back, 2 months abroad, 2 months over, $1,000 a day. So it's making good money.
Hold on, wait. You said you actually protect Karzai, president.
Dude, I almost,
Gas stand, bro.
I almost threw that motherfucker out a window before. The president of that stance.
Yeah.
No, I'm not shitting you, man. Holy shit. Quick story. I was the only, I mean, war tales are war tales, but dude, I was attached to Karzaid's unit, close protection detail. I was in his office, and Karzaid, Hamid, he speaks fucking perfect English. The very first words he ever said to me was, "What's up?" And I was like, "Whoa, nice to meet you, sir. You know, I got you." And I mean, he's a cool cat. And so this particular day, I'm sitting in his palace. We're on the second floor. He's doing some work on his big desk. I'm sitting there just being, being bored. And we had a safety brief early that morning. And one of the critical incidents that we were tracking was a hijacked jet from, freaking next country over or something. It was on our radar. And so I'm sitting there in the palace, and I can hear outside this, and we're in a no-fly zone over the palace. So this is a sound we don't usually hear. And I can hear the cross traffic in my ear. Hey, can we get status on the inbound? Status on the inbound. And I'm listening calmly, and it's getting louder. And I'm beginning to think in my little mind, dude, I am not going to blow up with this motherfucker in this palace because of a plane crash landing into us. I'm on alert to this whole situation getting really bad, really fast. So I key my mic and I say, can I get status on the inbound? It's getting louder. And I stand up and I go, and I'm thinking in my head, what am I going to do? There's not enough time to run down the stairs with the president in my hands. There's a window there. There's a window and a balcony, and it's a 20-foot drop into the concrete courtyard. But I can maybe I could just grab him and throw him out, and we'll jump out together. That's my thought process. It's getting louder, and I go, hey, status on the inbound. I need status on the inbound. Radio silence. I stand up. I walk all the way over to the president, who's now looking up at me because he hears the sound outside. He looks up at me and says, "Is there a problem?" I go, "Stand by, sir." One last time, I keyed the mic. Status on the inbound now, because I was about to grab this guy. I put my hands up and I went to grab him, and his eyes are huge. Like, what are you doing? Inbound cleared. Inbound cleared. Stand down. And I stopped. Nothing, sir. Have a nice day. And I went and sat down. Holy shit. I almost threw him out the window for no reason.
Oh, damn. Hey, you heard it. You heard it right here. Sergeant WarDawg TV, the WarDawg Trail Podcast, episode 131. A Navy SEAL was protecting the president of Afghanistan.
Dude, I did.
He almost had to throw his ass out a window to protect him.
Private contractor assassinates President Karzai.
No shit. I'm sorry. I'm having too good of a time with you. Man. Obviously, this could be one of those 2 or 3 hour episodes if I had the time. I'm definitely gonna have you back on, but I have to have you transition to what you are doing now.
All right.
As a doctor, as a bona fide certified doctor, and your holistic change model, as well as you being an owner of Bishop and Dice Defense.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry, but 1 second before I let you get into that, what you're doing now, please let the world know where they can find you everywhere on social media or online.
All right, let me make it easy for you. 2 ways. You Google Dr. Dice, and you're going to find me on all my social media. Dr. Dice, Dr. Tony Dice, boom, I'll pop right up. Also, more importantly, www.drdicebook.com. You pop in that email address, and boom, you're going to find a mailing list for my book rolling out, and you'll be one of the first people to have access to it. So, drdice.com. All right. You ready?
Wait, is it Dr. Dice or Dr. Dice Book?
DrDiceBook.com.
Okay, I'm going to put that up so everyone can tune in, lock in, and show love to everything you have going on. All right, that's correct, right?
That's right. DrDiceBook.com. All right. So,
All right, salute.
this one, that one tale I just shared is one of many that happened throughout my time of contracting, serving, and just kind of living life the wrong direction. You know, I was doing things for the wrong reason, and it was getting darker, and the drugs were taking hold, and the addiction was spiraling, until at one point, man, I weighed 130 pounds. I'm 220 today. This is the weight I was when I was in the service. I weighed 130 pounds. There's this picture I keep on my desk. It's a picture of me right before I hit bottom. This is a picture of me 2 weeks before I ended up in a treatment center, addicted to crystal meth. I'd blown up my life, blown up my family, locked out of my house, locks changed, hundreds of $1,000s in debt. I was just, everything in my life was blown up. I burned all those bridges. Dude, I was in a place, you know, sucking on barrels, trying to find my way, ended up in a treatment center. The Farley Center, shout out to the Farley Center. Those guys there, something clicked. I entered into a program of recovery. I wanted it bad. I chased after it. I got through that, a year of recovery under my belt, and I was really drawn to, like, man, how did they do this? How did they get to me? I went back to school, and I didn't have any degrees. I went back to school at TCC, a 2-year university, got my associates, transferred, got my undergrad, stayed and got my master's in counseling. 5 years into my recovery, went back to the same treatment center that saved my life, and fucking asked for a job. They hired me. And I began working with veterans, saying, hey, this worked for me. Maybe this can work for you. In that time, I began to really delving in what clicked for me, what didn't. You know, how is this a different path for veterans? How can they get reached? I went back to school, for my PhD. I did my dissertation on, hey, what interventions work best for the veteran population, and I dove in and tore down this program of recovery. You know, and I'm here to say a 12-step recovery program saved my life. And before you say, oh, not those guys, you don't even know. There are over 200 different 12-step fellowships out there, all different flavors and sizes. And there's one out there that I know that will suit you. But I really wanted to know, how did these work? Why were they so effective? And how come they worked for me, a veteran who's just fucking as stubborn as hell, that didn't want to quit no matter what? And that shit kind of kept me sick. So I tore that program apart. I looked for the underlying theory found in each of the steps. I pieced together a theoretical model that follows the path of those in recovery. And I made a language that counselors can use to kind of track and support a patient as they go through, as they proceed in their journey of recovery. And I know that's a lot of therapeutic gobbledygook. And so the way I get people to understand, I say, hey, listen to my story. You know, I wrote a book. I wrote down all the good, the bad, and the ugly of the shit I've been through. And I have found when I share my experience, strength, and hope with others, they can relate. And something in their head goes, man, if this motherfucker can do it, I can do it too. And that gives them some hope. And that's the traction they need to begin this journey. They need a belief that they do it. With the right guidance and following someone else's lead, you know, the buddy system, a mentor to guide you, that's how we pull each other through. Someone's pulling me, and I'm looking back, pulling someone else. Together, we're gonna fucking self-aid, buddy aid. We're gonna get through this. So I wrote this book. That captures that model. It breaks it down. It shows my story. I'm told it's a fun read. There's definitely a lot of shit I probably shouldn't have put in it, but I did because, you know, we all have crazy backgrounds. We all have come from, a lot of shit we do, we're not proud of. At least that's my story. A whole lot of what I went through, I did not want everyone to ever know about me, because I knew if you knew the truth, you wouldn't have anything to do with me. Today, I found the opposite to be true. You know, if you're hurting and you heard that I went through the same thing, that gives you hope. And you never would have known that shit unless I shared it. So this book's coming out. If you want to be on the first, grab the first editions, sign up on that mailing list, get your number out there, and I'll be sure to get you a copy. Until then, things you can do. Oh my gosh. Programs like this and other spaces when you can talk to someone, connect, talk about what you're going through. And the way veterans do it, we start off with some kind of crude humor. We just throw some shit out there, put a halfway comical spin on it. And that's how we communicate when we're hurting or when things are fucked up, our world's going to shit. That's how we talk. And it takes another vet to understand, to break the code to get through. So what do? Find a place where you connect. Remember, the opposite of addiction is connection. Addiction fucking cuts you off from everything. The only way back is to connect with another vet, another individual. Find a fucking therapist that clicks for you. I mean, I'm a therapist. There are other therapists like me out there. Carnell, thank you for what you're doing, man. The spaces you're providing, the people. I was listening to the Brunch Brothers, and you guys bravely going where no man's gone before. You're talking about real shit that people are fucking dealing with, man. I love that. Keep going, man.
Oh. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. But that's that's the way I try to keep everything, man. I get in trouble as far as TikTok and sometimes YouTube and this. So I stopped showing the guns, but hell, even my logo gets gets hits for the damn gun sometimes. So yeah, I definitely appreciate you saying that, man. I told you earlier, I had 1,200 guys in my Marine Infantry Battalion.
Mm-hmm.
6 years, not damn one of them usually comments or makes a like. So I don't even know if they know what the fuck I do. I don't, because they don't say anything. You know what I mean? Like my brothers I fought with, they don't. But here's the catch: none of them have come and told me, "Hey, shut the fuck up! Stop doing this or saying this." So because they haven't said that, I keep rolling.
Keep rolling, man. You keep rolling, dude. You never know, man. Yeah,
right
who's
on.
Gonna walk through that door?
All right. Before we close out, do you want to say anything more about TAC Ops to PsyOps?
Oh yes. All right. So Bishop and Dice Defense. Let me play it out for you. This is a company myself and Scott Bishop, longtime personal friend of mine, got together. We put together a company. Our mission was to connect with veterans and those suffering in the law enforcement, first responder, the veteran community, military. These people are fucking hard to reach. They are so fucking hard to reach. Our mission is to provide tactical training, uniform supply, ammo, and whatever the fuck else they need for a whole year. We're going to show up, talk shop, and get to know each other until you fucking trust us. On our second year of business with you, we're going to roll in mental health services and start talking about the real shit that affects our lives. Because I know, and Carnell, ask if I'm wrong, man. This, for you and I, is a fucking
natural. What's up, bro?
This position right here is a natural body position. Dude, lowering our guard.
You damn right.
Standing like this is the most uncomfortable position for you and I to be in, is to be open and raw and authentic. Yeah. We're like this. Right. No, I'm good. You're good. Yeah. How you doing, man? Yeah. Stay there.
Yeah.
But
that's us.
To get to this takes a lot of work, man. There you go. Bishop and Dice Defense. Look us up. Check us out. We appreciate that. But our mission is to reach those that are hard to reach.
Yeah. Right on. Hey, go ahead and let everyone know the website address while I'm on it.
www.bishopdicedefense.com. Boom. And once you pull that up, you'll see our website has a PsyOps and TAC Ops. One side's tactical supply and training. The other side, psychological services. I do a lot of guest speaking and presentations. I do safety stand downs. I'll come to you and we'll get shit done.
Right on. Right on.
Yeah.
Okay. Any last words for our guests?
Carnell, thank you for the opportunity, man. Together we can do more than apart. It takes a village to get shit done. I appreciate it, man.
Right on, bro. Hey, if you don't mind, I'm definitely gonna have you back on the show, bro.
Hell yeah.
One, because you're a Navy SEAL and I respect you. But two,
tell me something bloody. Tell me something bloody.
No, but two, I didn't know I could cook so well with a SEAL, bro. I didn't think I could cook so well and be joking so well with a SEAL, bro. And all this is cool as hell. All right, right on, bro. Thanks for coming on the show. All right, everyone. This has been episode 131 of the WarDawg Trail podcast with the one, the only Navy SEAL, doctor, and author, Dr. Tony Dice. All right, salute. All right. Thanks for coming on the show, boss. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been episode 131. I told you I had a good one for you. I actually brought you a Navy SEAL. Salute.
Hey, man. I was all night, you know what I'm saying? I was Percocet, you know what I'm saying? And I was just getting played. Sure. Hey. It's 10 times 10, 100 man, you know what I'm saying? I just went crazy. They got all the cash out. I been catching play, trap phone jugging. Kill nigga, take you off listen that cook. Can't put you on game, I ain't nothing like a rookie. Mama scared, I feel in love with that jugging. I shoot with the best, I can go where you couldn't. I'm full finesse and I'm good with the hoodie. I been catching play, trap phone jugging. Mama scared, I feel in love with that jugging. Jugging. I just ran off on your cousin. Looking for me, bitch, I'm back in the trap. Differences, I'm in the Gucci scully. 100 round trumpet with amateur, now you rock VVS, it can get ugly. 4-5 with the dick, bitch, I can't even tuck it in, but through the whole they duck it. I'm popping shit like a water. 7-11, I'm in it all night, bitch, I'm slanging them dice out the corner. My grandma was